YouTube, what's going on? Today, I'm gonna hit you guys with the review of this particular product. This is a Razer Anzu Bluetooth mic slash headset, or you can call it speakers, whatever you want to call it. I posted an unboxing on the channel the other day, and if you want to check that out, you certainly can. But today I'm going to talk to you about my thoughts on this. I'm going to give you a little bit of context as to how I tested these, right? So I work a retail job. As I work retail full-time and part-time too. So I used these the other day on my part-time job. And what I do at this job is pretty much inventory. So I come in to the store, I get like this Apple iPhone like device, and I use it to scan clothes. I work at a clothing store. And so it normally takes one person about 30, 35, 40 minutes to do so. I'm scanning the women's section of clothes, children, big and tall, men, and then accessories. I'm literally just using this thing, and it's just beep, 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 scanning all of the like UPC or the barcodes on the clothes, okay? And so I went into the job and I was like, man, this would be a great day for me to test these frames, right? So the way that I was using the frames was I was listening to music. I listened to Assassin's Creed Valhalla soundtrack when I was doing this particular thing. And again, it took me about 30, 35 minutes. Sounded great. I even made a couple of phone calls. The recipient of my phone calls said that the mic quality sounded as good as me actually being on the phone. So that's a big up to the mic. Now, the way that these things are designed is when you put them on your face, your speakers and your mic are in this direction, right? This particular product is set up where it's in stereo. So you literally have left speaker mic, right speaker mic. So when it register via Bluetooth on your device, it's going to show up as two separate headsets. The mic, however, works uniform as one. So the interesting thing about, let me turn these off, I actually had them on, is that after I did that first task, I went into the warehouse. Then what I'm doing is I'm pretty much using a box cutter, cutting open boxes, taking clothes out. Clothes are in like a clear bag, ripping them up, and then I'm putting sensor tags on them. I work this job probably once a week, every 2 weeks, 4 or 5 hours. So what I did then was just, I watched a couple of shows. There's a show called Startup on Netflix. Pretty damn good show. I like it, really enjoy it. And so I was able to just like censor these clothes, and I got my phone in front of me tilted, and I'm listening to this show. One of my coworkers comes in, we're having a conversation, hadn't seen him in a while. So we're talking, catching up during the rest of the 3.5, 4 hour shift that I have. I'm watching this show and I'm talking to him. So I'm able to talk to him. He's probably like 6, 7 feet away to the left of me. I got my phone right in front of me, and I'm just censoring these clothes. Just envision like a assembly line. All the time I'm listening to this thing. Good quality. I'm enjoying the show. I'm able to have the conversation with my coworker, and it was working. So when my shift ends, I check the battery life, and I screenshotted this, posted on my Facebook. The battery for both microphones, or both speakers, let me call it that, speakers, was at 70%, which is pretty damn good. So I listened to these things for about 4.5 hours. And when I was done listening, 70% battery, which tells me realistically you can get 8 to 9 hours of battery out of this thing. Well over 7 hours. Okay. So that's a good thing. They work really well. Now the volume setting, I had it probably at about 35%, because again, it's right here. Now, if you move your ears up a little bit more, that sound is going to be more immersive. So depending on how your ears are, on your body, if you got larger ears, smaller ears, you may need to turn the volume up more or less to get the sound quality that's going to be suitable for you. For me, 30% was fine, because again, I was able to talk. I could hear if my manager called me, needed me for anything. And it wasn't an obstruction to anybody that was around me, because on the unboxing, when I posted that, I had to turn up all the way, and you could hear like on the microphone, this being this close, what I was listening to. So I didn't want that to be a thing. When we talk about comfort, if you're not really familiar with wearing glasses, it's going to take a little time to get used to that. Just generally wearing glasses is not going to be easy for everybody. You tend to stress your muscles and your head a lot keeping them up, like it's like a psychological thing. People that know, that wear glasses, they know this. You get used to it. But the glasses don't feel overly uncomfortable over, at least me wearing it for the 4 hours. It was pretty normal. I am familiar with wearing glasses. I wear sunglasses. I have clear frames that I'll wear, designer frames. So it wasn't a big issue for me. All of the technology in these glasses are literally going to be on the arms of the glasses. This is where the speakers, the battery, everything is. So this part is thicker. And so just keep that in mind. There's no technology at all in these lenses. What they do is they have default lenses on the glass frames that do block a little bit of blue light. It doesn't do a great job. So I know before I said they were comparable to gunners, they're not. However, you're able to put on sunglasses, lenses. So tinted lenses are an option that comes in the box. And then if you want to take it to like a doctor's office or an eyeglass place, you can get some other customizable lenses. You can get prescription lenses. You can do all of that. So that's a pretty cool thing. These are real professional. They look good. I mean, I like fashion. So that was a big kicker to me. The initial pair that I bought were the circular ones. And like I said in the other video, I think they look goofy. Now, again, if those are something that you like, then that's cool. They look like 3D glasses to me. These look more like designer frames. I mean, it's a little thickness here, but again, that's because all the technology is in the arms. Now the pair that I'm rocking, and I don't have a small head, but the pair that I'm rocking is a small/medium. Like literally the box says that. As you can see, these things have the ability to stretch out. The circular ones that I had were a large. I didn't try those on. Once I realized that I had circle glasses, I was like, nah, these look freaking goofy. They look like 3D glasses. So don't buy the circular ones unless that's just your style. But I don't know how large would fit. I don't know if they'd be more comfortable, so I'm not able to speak fluidly to that. But the small medium fits an adult male with a large head pretty damn good. Would I recommend these? I think they're good. I don't know if I'll be hanging on to them just because I really can't wear them in my main place of business. It's not professional to have on speakers at the same time you're working. I need to be able to engage with my employees and focus on what I'm doing. But at my part-time gig, it's like a thing that's allowed. You can wear AirPods, you can wear headbuds, earbuds, things like that. You can wear headphones, and it's not a problem. Unless you're working like on sales, then obviously you need to wear an earpiece. But working in inventory like I do, this isn't a problem, and this is a cool concept. If I wanted to just like walk around with the sunglass lens on, listening to music, cool. Because if a car's blowing at me or something, I can still hear. So there's a place for these, right? I'm not sure where, but there does exist a market for these type of glasses. These are catered towards people that just want to be able to hear their content without it being a crazy obstruction for people that are around them. But that's my review. Like I said, these things are comfortable for me. If you're not familiar with wearing glasses, you might want to rethink that, because it's a bit of a learning curve that you're going to have to get around. Again, it's just a psychological thing. If you got glasses on you and you're not used to wearing them, you're going to stress your temple a lot trying to keep them up. If you guys got any in-depth questions, want me to test these things out, test something out, let me know. And I'll be able to answer the questions to the best of my abilities. Whether or not I'll hold these, I'm not sure. There won't be another video on these. This is just going to be a 2-part segment. Until next time, I'll get with you guys. Max love.